Alright, now we are live! 9:30 on a Saturday night. And this is what I'm doing. Okay.
Why are you doing this?
Because I felt the urge, and if I feel the urge, I gotta do it. Welcome to Retrospect 2020 edition. So, it is Saturday, June 13th. And as you are probably aware, some things have gone down since last we spoke. I'm not going to address those things because we all know about them and we've heard about them ad nauseum. So, it is 2020. Things suck. I've been at home for a long time. Ontario has been on lockdown since March 13th or 14th or something. And so the only times that I have left the house are to go to the grocery store, to go to the post office, to go to Shoppers Drug Mart, which has a post office in it. And today, Scott and I went to Ikea. Ikea is now open, and we went there wearing masks, and I would say like 40% of the people were wearing masks, which I don't really know how I feel about that. I think we should probably still all be wearing masks to stop the spread of stuff, but moving along. I will show you what I got at Ikea. So, I got this bad boy. It's a Casaby. It's a shadow box frame. And as we were looking at them, Scott was like, "Why don't you just get two? You'll probably need another one in the future." And I was like, "I will take you up on that." So there's two of these so that I can fill them with pins. And maybe later I will show you how I prep this with the foam core and the felt to make a nice pinboard. I got some flower pots because I like pots. I got this pink Dusty Rose Gravdis. I grabbed this pot from Ikea. It was on sale. Very tactile, which is good. I have a lot of plants that I need to repot into larger pots, so I needed to get some pots that were a little bigger so that they could fit that. Because I think I also meant to get clay aggregate balls, or that leca stuff, those like little round clay balls that help keep plants hydrated without overwatering them, but I forgot to buy that, so I have to order some online, so I can't repot these things yet. But I got this other plant pot, boysenbar. Boysenbar. It's got like a felt bottom, which is a thing, but no drainage holes in either of these, so I will have to put like plastic pots inside them with the plants in. This one is, it's not plastic, it's like plaster, but it's painted with like a cement effect, like it's like dry brushed. But it still looks nice, it doesn't look super cheap. This one is cheaper. It's a Nippon. It's made of plastic, and it says you can, there's like a, I don't know if you'll be able to see that little graphic, but it says you can drill drainage holes into the bottom, so I might do that later so that this one can drain. But this is the biggest pot that I've got, so I could probably easily fit another plastic pot inside it if I needed to. And this will probably be for my money tree, which is struggling. I think my money tree is the biggest one. I've got to repot a money tree, an aloe plant, and this one probably, because the aloe plant is overwatered and it's starting to droop, and that's not good. And there's a couple other things I need to repot. And then I got this Upvakta. If you are Swedish, tell me what these names mean. This one is like ceramic. It's got an unfinished base here, and then it's I got a white glaze here. It's nice. I mean, none of these are so wow factor cute, but honestly, trying to find mid-sized pots online is kind of a pain, because stores either have all ugly ones, all really expensive ones, or only one good one and a lot of bad ones, and so it doesn't make up for the cost of shipping and stuff. So Ikea was a good choice. And then the last random thing I got was, let me open it. I don't know what I'm going to do with this, but I'm sure I'll find a use. It's the, I don't know what it's called, it doesn't have a name on it, but it's a napkin holder. And it's just like a rose motif in dusty rose colored, same as that pot really. And it's like spray painted metal. I don't know, it feels nice. I like the look of it, so I could probably store like sketchbooks in this. I use one of these upstairs in my bedroom for like makeup palettes. So, I mean, I don't buy a lot of makeup anymore, but I'll find a use for this. So, that's what I got from Ikea. I should also point out that, like many of us, I'm rocking the quarantine hairdo. Yeah, I've got a lot of roots growing, but I had actually decided before the, I was going to say before the apocalypse, before the apocalypse started, I was planning on growing this out into like a transitional ombre so that I wouldn't have to do the intense bleach blonde like every, hairstylists recommend like every 5 to 6 weeks so that you don't have such a root situation that they have to go and do a color correction, which is more work and money. But getting your hair done that frequently is also expensive, so I thought I would like to transition to something a little less maintenance. So now I'm being forced to do that. I've also got, well, I have to do my hair clipped back like this because I've got, if you saw my last videos, I kind of had a lopsided pixie, like it was a lot shorter on the left side and a bit more length here. Well, that is pretty asymmetrical and it's become very apparent as it's growing out. There's like a ledge of hair here and then it drops off to this long stuff in the back. It looks weird, but no one is seeing me. No one has seen me aside from my family, and now you are seeing me, and you know what? If you don't like it, you don't have to see me. Anyways, what I have been up to in the past months is not overly exciting. If you follow me on Instagram, you may have noticed that I was running a Kickstarter campaign, which was my most successful Kickstarter campaign yet. Woo, 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 woo. I am in the process of getting those pins manufactured now. I've seen a couple samples from my manufacturer, but I'm waiting to see the whole group together to make sure that all the colors I've chosen work together in the way that I intended. So hopefully that continues along on schedule. I'm pretty excited about that because I really like those designs. I will try to put a little overlay here of them. And I don't know, that's been like the big exciting thing. There's been a lot of not good things happening in the last couple months. My mom got sick with COVID. She's a healthcare worker, so that was freaky. But luckily, thankfully, she wasn't as bad as some people have been, and she didn't need to go into hospital. She just stayed at home. She's still working from home, only doing half days right now because she still fatigues easily, but she's a lot better. And nobody else, fingers crossed, knock on, there's no wood here, knock on table, nobody else in our household got it, so we count ourselves fairly lucky in that regard. But we've had that to deal with. And I've been switching medications for anxiety, depression the last couple of weeks. So I've been dropping the dosage of my old medication, and then next week I will be starting the new medication, so sort of tapering on, like crossfading really, onto the medications. And so that comes with its own fun, emotional, hormonal roller coaster that I've been going through. And then there's all this stress with everything, and I've been really upset by what's going on with the protests in the States. So another thing I've been doing while I've been quarantined is I made this big painting. Ah, it's so cool. This part is not finished. I'm really struggling with the roof, but I think it's funny that I felt compelled to make paintings of houses while I was on house arrest, basically, while quarantined. But this has been a fun one. This is the biggest painting that I have made since my university days. This is 24 inches by 24 inches. It was a lot of work, but I like it. I just really have to finish this stupid roof part. But that's one of the things that I have been doing. And the whole time I have been, of course, collecting pins, as you do. So I think I'll show you my whole whack of new pins that I've collected recently. Oh god. Okay, so there are a couple pins here. This is what I've collected, I think, since around Christmas time. I don't... when did I get those last? I don't know. It's been a while, so there's a fair amount. And these are pin trades or purchases that I've done. I'm gonna start randomly because I can't remember when I've got them. They've been in my drawer for a while. So, first pin I got, in no particular order, like as I said. Let's open this. This pin I bought from Gallery 1988. They're in LA, and they're in LA, and this is by Scott C. He's Scott Lava on Instagram, and he does really cute illustrative style. He does really cute illustrations, lots of pop culture stuff. And this is Michelangelo from the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And I really like how it's captured his illustrative style. Like, the lines aren't super smooth, they've got the sort of wiggly quality. His drawings are all done in watercolor, but you can't really like communicate that with a pin. But I think it's really cute. And I do love Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So number one. This one seems very early on. This is from my good pin friend Ju Shmoo, aka Julie. She's another Canadian artist, and I backed her Zelda-themed Kickstarter way back, and I got this Hylian shield and the Master Sword. And they've got really nice silk screen printing on them, and I like the colors, and of course the sparkles are adorable. Yeah, this was a really cute campaign. If you like Zelda, I think she still has a bunch of these in stock. You should go check them out. And I've got a bunch of pins of hers. We've done some trades before, and there's more of hers that I want. So definitely check her stuff out. It's really cute. I'll open this one next. So here is another Canadian pin maker. This is Sugar Bones, and she's based out of Hamilton, Ontario. And she posted this drawing months ago, and I was like, oh, that would make an awesome pin. It's so cute. And it is. And then she made a pin, and I was like, okay, it's settled. I'm buying that because I really like it. And it's just a little clown girl saying text your ex, because that's something a clown would do, obviously. Her pins are just really sassy, and she's got a lot of pinup style art, and it's cute. I like the colors she used here a lot, and this use of screen printing is really nice. Alright, on to the next. Trying to go by like the smaller purchases or trades. So there's another Canadian pin maker named Shantae. I think she's based out of like BC or something. But this was one of her pin clubs, or Patreon pin clubs, and just got two little mini pins. And they're little cats wearing strawberry and frog masks. And they're nice mini pins, so they'll be good for filling in spaces on my board. Very cute. Pretty much everything is cute, so I'm just going to say very cute a lot. If you don't like that, you can go away. I think I showed these two in a PinBoard that I posted to my Instagram a couple months ago, but they're some of my favorite recent acquisitions. They're by Mr. Aparaji on Instagram. They're not a super active pin maker, I believe, but they have a third one. They have a boy, a girl, or a cat, and then they have a girl, but I didn't get the girl. I mean, I could have, and she was cute too, I just didn't. Oh, hello. I think the use of the black nickel is really nice, and the pins are really shiny and well manufactured, so they're just like really tactile and good to touch. And nice minimal clean design. Yeah, these are really nice. Super excited about these. Okay, I've got a bunch of Canadian ones. Actually, this is my last of the Canadian ones. Okay, so this is by Red Ribbon Shop. And it's a tiny, tiny little hot dog pin. A wiener dog in a hot dog. She is the one who made those tiny dinosaur pins that I have. I'll put a picture up. They're really adorable board filler pins, and they're just so cute. The detail is really sweet, and she uses... This one doesn't have silkscreen, but a lot of them do. She actually has a Kickstarter campaign running for more dinosaur pins that I think just wrapped up. But those would be adorable too. So keep an eye on her shop. In the coming months, she'll probably have a lot of those available. And if you missed the Kickstarter. And she also sent me this freebie pin from her like astrology or like astronomy collection. And oh, look how pretty that's the glitter and the silkscreen is. Polish it up. I got fingerprints all over it. It's hard to capture on camera, but really pretty stuff. So I would say definitely go check out her stuff. I think the little board filler pins make any collection just like they bring it together in such a nice way. Okay, here's another singleton. This was a Kickstarter that I backed a couple months ago by Uena Art. And it was just for a single pin Kickstarter, so nice and easy, and I think it was very successful. Just a little corgi buttered toast. And I think it's very, very adorable. Screen printing is nice, looks great. Cute little eyes. Perfect. What's not to like about that? I have like a weird, like personal vendetta, not a vendetta, but like a mission to buy dog themed pins that are cute because so many people make cat pins, and I have a fair amount in my collection just because they end up being cute pins, but I'm definitely a dog person, so anytime I see a cute dog pin I'm like, must get. Okay, so my pin pal Faux Fox Studio, she was recently doing like massive sale of her personal collection, so all the pins she's got over the years, because she's had some bills to pay, so she needed to sell off a bunch of her collection. So I participated in her sale a couple times. I'm actually waiting on a package from that, but the Canada Post and USPS has been kind of bonkers with the current world situation, so I'm not sure when I'm going to get that. However, the first batch from her contained these pins that I'm going to show you now. So this is a little Totoro pin by Blush Sprout, which is handy that they have the back stamp because Faux Fox Studio didn't really like say what all the pins were by because she has like thousands and thousands of pins in her collection, so that's a lot of work. But this one's really pretty. It's a fairly big pin and it's got a lot of screen printing detail, even on the leaf there, which is nice. And I like the colors. And I have no idea who this heart pin is by, I just thought it was really pretty. So if you happen to know who it's by, please let me know in the comments. I posted it to Instagram and nobody there could tell me who it was by either. But just a nice little faceted gem heart. I don't think it's anything to do with Steven Universe. Doesn't look like it. Oh, and it's a B grade. It's got a little divot there. But yeah, very pretty. And this one, I think, is by We Are Extinct, or Eric Bukemia. I can't remember his last name. I'll put it in the description thingy. But it's a little taco stand. Oh, it's a burger stand. Looks like a taco. He has a ice cream one and a cookie one as well, I think, and they're just really cute. I like the isometric perspective of the design and the little happy face. I like when pins have a lot of like clear but tiny detail, and I think this does that really well. And the colors are cute too. Next from that same haul, I got, I think these are by Arcade Healer. I can never remember. I always want to say they're by Mamobot, but they're not. I think it's Arcade Healer. And it's a little cute sparkly Mario and a Luigi. And they've got little silk screened cheeks, little blushes on their cheeks. And I think they're very adorable. I had seen these before, I think on Pinterest, and thought, oh, those are awesome. And then I clicked through to the website and they were sold out, and so I was sad. So when I saw them on Faux Fox Studios pin sale, I was like, don't mind if I do. So I did. And then I'll show this one next. So this is a little Togepi egg by Sour Attitude Club. And it's little pixel sprites of Togepi in, I think it's like the alternate pastel colors that have been silk screened on. I am really a fan of silk screen on pins. I think it adds just such a nice extra bit of texture and detail. A really great way to render a complicated design and make it work for the pin medium. So I got that one. And then the last pin I got is just a pin by Faux Fox Studio herself that I had had my eye on for a while, and it's this like mid-century style home, and I just think it's really cute. I like the bright green colors she's got here, and it's got good hand feel. Alright, so transitioning from that to, I've got 5 batches of like group trades next. I will go to the Sour Attitude Club. So I ended up doing a trade with her, so she made that Togepi pin, and I got some of her Pixel Pokemon pins. This one is one of my favorites, and she luckily had a B grade tucked away that she could give to me. It's the Dragonair with the white glitter, and it's got screen print on top of it, which I think is really nice. This is probably my favorite of the bunch, because I love Dragonair. That whole evolution chain is one of the best, though Bulbasaur is probably my favorite. And here's a, like, I guess it's a shiny version of Bulbasaur, or like just like a pastel version. All of her pins use the square pixel outline and the silkscreen really well. I think they're really cute. I've got Bulbasaur, and I'm just going to open them up so they're easier to see. Okay, then the next one I got was this little Mew. And very cute. Even the tail, like the pixel detail there is really nice. And I got Vulpix, a pastel version as well. Just a little bit of recessed metal there. Yeah, manufacturers will do this sometimes if the cutout is too small or they don't want to make it. They'll either recess the metal or just have it flat. But right here, you can see it's recessed, and then that texture is called sandblasted. It's not like polished smooth, it's got kind of like a grit. That's what it's called. I don't know if you can see that from here. And the last one from Sour Attitude Club is this Jigglypuff. So anyone who knows me knows I'm a big fan of Pokemon, so these are obviously awesome additions to my collection. And I also really love pixel art, so win-win. Okay, the next trade I want to grab is by Jade Boylan. Her like pin club name is the Candy Doll Club, and we did a trade for a couple pins here. This one here, Donuts Forever, Diets Never. Good sentiment, somewhat. I think it's really fun with the bright colors, and I love the pink donut aesthetic. Obviously I do, as I made one of my own pins, the Stackable Snacks pink donut. This is a nice shiny pin, and it's got great hand feel. And the next one from her is this little packet of gum, Not That Flavor of Gay. And I just like all the bright colors and the sparkles. It's very pretty. And very smooth. And then the next ones I'll show at the same time because they're roughly the same pin. And they're probably my favorite of the lot. This planchette pin for a Ouija board. This is a black and white and gold plated, I had to check there, version. And then my favorite is the rainbow version. Focus on that. Rainbow and black nickel plating. I just love all the colors. She got a really good rainbow there. They look nice. Oh, there's my tumble. Okay, 3 groupings left. We're getting there. The next one is from Lucky Lion Club, and I've been a fan of her pins for a while. I did back a Kickstarter of hers for a Pokemon themed pin a while ago for a, what did I get? A ticket to the aaaand. She uses silkscreen and fine details really well, so her stuff is really great. So the first pin I traded for was this slowpoke tail ramen bowl, and like look how cool and all the detail in there. And it's got the silk screen and really excellent hand feel. I just think it's really a cute way to do Pokemon themed pins without just doing a Pokemon. It's a nice accessory, and I love that. I love like video games and stories that have items that, I don't know, something about like tangible items is really appealing to me. And in the same vein of video games with items, there's this Animal Crossing Apple TV, which is very cute. This is a decent sized pin. And the next one is the biggest of the lot, and it is, I think it's like a kitchenette set. It might be from one of the earlier games of Animal Crossing. I've only played the current game, so I don't really know. But it's a big kitchenette, and so smooth and shiny. It's such a big boy, but it's good. I like the colors. And the last one is also pretty big. Comes in a nice giant backing card. It's an Akira, the motorbike, Kaneda's motorcycle. And it's got the like little sponsors and stuff on it. Really neat. I like that one a lot. Those are nice. And the next trade I did was from Quiescent Snow, and I traded for 6 pins, and let's see. All the first stuff is like tea or beverage related, which, oh, I have a little bit of tea left. Everyone should know that I love tea. Huh, she just tagged me. Oh, Quiescent Snow just tagged me, so she must have just gotten our pin trade. That's funny. Yeah, see? She just tagged me and she took a nice picture. I'm going to add that to my story. Okay, as I was saying, I was probably rambling about tea, but she did this first series of little cute animals drinking various tea beverages. So this is chocolate pep bear mint tea, and it's a cute little bear having some tea. And then this one is Owl Grey Rose tea. I like Earl Grey, but my favorite is Orange Pico. And it's a little owl with a monocle and a top hat, being all sophisticated, drinking some tea. And these are all plated in rose gold, which is nice. And then we've got London Frog tea, which is cute too. Oh, running out of battery. Oh dear. Cutting this one close. Okay, so moving right along, she also did this series of soft enamel pins with colored metal and then the epoxy coating. So they look really nice, and they have silkscreen on top of that, so like all the bells and whistles. And they've got really nice hand feel, nice and smooth. And they're also beverages. So this is matcha, I don't know, matcha green tea. There's a lot of A's in that word, so it's supposed to be like, a little green tea. And then this is a butterfly pea flower tea. It's a little ghost. Oh, I see. It's supposed to be like ghost. So it's like, ghost. I get it. Cute. And so smooth and nice. And then this one is strawberry. So again, boo. A ghost. They're very sweet little pins. Moving along, and speaking of ghosts, this last pin trade is from Sugar Nova. And I've pledged to one of her Kickstarters before. She makes really sweet, adorable pins. This is a B grade of one of her Halloween pins. And look at all those. Can you please focus, camera? Whoopsie. Right there. Look at all those cute little candies he's got. Very adorable. And I got, this was from the same collection that I pledged to, but I didn't pledge for this pin, and I wanted to. But it's a little lightning bolt of inspiration, and it's just that clean, plain gold metal with just white enamel. I really like that clean look. Sometimes it can be very nice. And then I got these sweet little snowflake friends. Very clean line work and cute little faces. I'm not a big fan of like Christmas themed pins, but these are just sort of more general winter themed, and to me that is acceptable. And I got another Animal Crossing theme pin. This is my first game, so I was like, finally I can join the fandom and know what these people are raving about. So I got a little fossil, and I think the colors are just so good in this. Pretty color palette, definitely very good. And I think my favorite pin from the bunch is this awesome one, and it's Break in Case of Art Block. And it's a fancy double layered pin. So there's two panels, and this one has got like, I think it might be, I'm not sure how they did this, if it's clear enamel, and then they've done the silk screen on top. And then the bottom piece is just that little cup and the frame. But either way, it makes for a very fancy, pretty looking pin. So, and then the last thing that was in my drawer was this bit of soap from Lush. It was meant to be a Christmas present for someone, but I ended up divvying up the presents in such a way that nobody got this one, so I keep it in my drawer. I should use it, but it is the Karma hand soap, and it is my favorite soap from them. It's just so nice. It's like orangey and patchouli, I think, and something, I don't know. It smells very good. So, those are all the pins that I've gotten. I'm waiting on like a couple trades / purchases from like months. There's one thing I ordered from an Etsy shop in March, I think, and it still says pre-shipment on the USPS tracking, so it will be interesting if I actually receive that pin. I don't know. But I figured I might as well show you this whole bunch of pins I've got now. And since I have 2 of those Ikea frames, I'll have plenty of space to put all my new pins, because they hold quite a lot. So maybe I will film myself making up one of those boards tomorrow, but for tonight I'm going to say goodbye, probably play some video games, and chill. Toodaloo. Okay, going to open up this Ikea Cassabee. Okay, so here is the Cassabee. It's got a magnet on both sides, so it will stay closed. Somewhat. If you tip it upside down, it will not stay closed, so don't test the magnet that much. But, and then you can hang it either vertically or horizontally. I'm partial to the horizontal myself. And then inside it comes with this like gray feltish sort of backing stuff. It's not the nicest. And it's also not super thick. So what I'm going to do is cut out some foam core to exactly the right size. Let's see here. I have this scrap piece of foam core. It's got, the core of this is foam. I think that's why it's called foam core. So I'm just going to cut it down to size, and then I'm going to glue some felt on top, and that's pretty much all I do. I don't even glue it into the frame because it just sort of slides in and stays in anyways. So that's all I do. And I like the that you can just lift up the glass part, so you don't have to take off the backing of it, and it doesn't get tedious like that. So if you wanted to look at a pin or change your pin display, you know, you just have to lift the lid. Super simple. So I ordered this felt off of the Canadian Felt Shop's website, and you can get yours wherever, but they have a lot of really good selection in colors, and the size is big enough that it will completely cover the piece of foam core, which is important. I also make sure to cut the felt a little bit wider than the foam core so that it overhangs the edge of it just a little bit. And I use the Liquitex gloss gel to adhere the felt to the foam core, and it actually works really well. It creates a strong bond almost right away because the felt is not very slippy and neither is the foam core, so it's really easy to glue it down with a paintbrush and then use your hands to smooth it. And I haven't had any trouble with getting bubbles or wrinkles in it in the 4 boards that I've done, so definitely recommend this method. It looks really great. I wouldn't use a glue gun or anything because you'll get those weird bumps and stuff. Alright, so I have glued this down. Just give it a good old smoothy smooth. And you can see there's a little bit of extra felt at the edges, and that's fine. I can I'll put that in first, and it'll help hold the foam board in place in the Ikea frame. So I don't need to trim that. I'll just give this a moment to dry. And go clean my brush. And once I've let it dry, I will stick it into the frame, and then I'm just using a palette knife to shove down the overhanging lip of the felt into the frame so that it creates like a nice edge here. It's not important that you do that, but it's just, I like to do that. And now I'm just going to take out all the pins from their backing cards and remove the rubber backers from them and go to town. I obviously decided to start using the pink Animal Crossing kitchenette pin first as like the center point of my design layout because it's going to be the trickiest one to work around. So that's just generally how I make my layouts. I use the bigger pin and go from there. I'm not too picky about it. I mean, you can see me dithering a couple times with choices, but the nice thing about using the felt over the foam core is that while the pins do poke like permanent holes in the foam core, the felt covers that up. So if you want to replace your pins, you can just sort of like scratch the surface of the felt to cover up the holes, and it's like they were never even there. I mean, after a certain point, you're going to have a foam core board full of holes, but it's great if you're not like constantly rearranging over and over and over again. Personally, I don't like to do I don't like to take too much of a thematic approach when I make my pinboards. I like them to be sort of eclectic, and I like the colors to be really varied and have a nice balance, but not too intentional. I do have one pinboard that's really small. It's just a cork board that I've got mostly pink pins on, and I like that one, but for the most part I just go with what looks good beside each other. Not really any rhyme or reason. And I did group my Pixel Pokemon pins together here, you can see, but for the most part I try to break up thematic pins too, just because I don't really want like a Pokemon themed pinboard necessarily. I want it to look really, as I said before, eclectic. Yeah, so this is what I've got so far. There are a few compositional holes that you can see that I will need to fix as I add more pins, but for now I'm happy with it. Some of the stuff is a little too closely packed together, but I can always change that down the line. So yeah, this is how it looks so far. I'm excited to add more pins whenever Canada Post decides to bring them to me. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope to make more pin videos and in general videos in the future, but we will see how my mental capacity can handle that. Anyways, thank you again for watching, and I will see you at some point. Goodbye!